Good morning, students, and welcome again to the class of maths. In our previous class, we have learned about the square and the properties of square. In today's class, we will clear about our ideas about square roots. In previous videos, we have learned about square. And in square, what is meant by square? We know that when a number multiplies by itself, it is called as the square of the number. Now today we have to start with square roots. Now if suppose I am saying ki if a square is equals to b, a square is equals to b. So this statement can be written in two ways. The first one, you can write that b is a square of a. b is a square of a. Second one, you can write that a is a square root of b. a is a square root of b. It means that we can clear it by an example that 2 square is equals to 4. It means square of 2 is 4. And in this another way, I can say that the square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 is 2. The symbol for square root is this your under root. You are saying under root or the square root. Square root, it means exponent 1 by 2. It means exponent 1 by 2. If I have to write square root of 9, then it is equals to 3. Square root of 25, then it is equals to 5. Why? Because 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. It means square of 5 is 25. That's why square root of 25 is 5. In this way, you can find out the square root of any perfect square numbers easily. One more thing I want to add in this. We have know that every perfect square will have 2 square root. Why every perfect square will have 2 square root? Because we have seen that square of 3 is also 9 and square of minus 3, that is also 9. Because square never be a negative number. Square is always a positive number. So if I have to write down the square root of 9, so it can be 3 also and it can be minus 3 also. Square root of 25. Square root of 25, it can be 5 also. It can be minus 5 also. Because we know that square of 5 is also 25 and square of minus 5 is also 25. But this stage we considered only positive square root. We will not consider the negative square root. So whenever it is asked to you the square root of 25, you don't have to write about the negative square root. We have to write only about the positive square root. So in this way we can write about the square roots. Now there are two methods to find out the square roots of the number. First method is your continuous subtraction method and second method is your prime factorization. So let us start with the first method of finding the square roots, that is by repeated subtraction. As we know that we can find out the square by multiplying the number by itself and the product is the square of the given number. Okay, so the same way we can discuss how to find out the square root. So first method that we are discussing is by repeated subtraction. Now repeated subtraction, when we are talking about the repeated subtraction, 2 steps we have to follow in that. Let us see what are the steps. We have to subtract not only any number. We have to subtract only the odd numbers from the given number. That is the important step in this method. The odd number in the number system are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 and so on. Given a number whose square is to be found out, we have to follow the given step. Subtract odd consecutive successively numbers from the given number, say n. If n is a perfect square, we will get 0 at some stage. If it is a perfect square, then only this method is applicable, because we will get 0 at the sum stage whenever it is a perfect square number. But if it is not a perfect square number, then any of the stage we are not getting the remainder 0. We stop the subtraction, then the number of times we perform the subtraction will be the square root of n. Let us understand this by taking an example. Let the number be 36. Actually, this repeated subtraction method is useful for only small numbers. For big numbers, we are going with the prime factorization. Let us see how to perform. So we have to subtract step by step odd numbers, that is consecutive odd numbers, till that we are not getting the 0. So start with the odd number, that is 1. 36 minus 1, which is equals to 35. Then use this 35. 35 minus 3, which is equals to 32. Take this 32 here. 32 minus 5, which is equals to 27. Take this 27 here. 27 minus 7, which is equals to 20. Where up till we are not getting 0, we have to continuous this subtraction of the odd numbers from our result. 20 minus 9, which is equals to 11. 11 minus 11 is equals to 0. So after performing 6 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 steps, we are getting 0. So the number of steps will give you the square root of the number. So square root of 36 is 6. So in this way we can find out the square root of the given number. One more time I want to aware about it, that this method is applicable for only small numbers. Talking about the big numbers, we are using the second method, that is your prime factorization. Let's see about prime factorization method. By definition, the square root of a given number is a number which when multiplied by itself for 2 times result in the given number. Now when we are talking about prime factorization, we must know about the prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Numbers which are divisible by 1 and the number itself are called as the prime numbers. It means actually the prime number starts from 2, then 3, 5, 7, 9 is not a prime number. Okay, because 9 is an odd number, but it is not a prime number because 9 comes in the table of 3. So in this way we have to use only prime numbers while finding out the prime factor of the given number. Now take an example. Let us take example. The number is 1225. We have to find out the square root of 1225. So for LCM we are using this prime factorization. The same we are using here. The number 1225. Now as we know, the number ends with 5, so it is divisible by 5. By 5 we are getting 245. Again it is 5, so it is divisible by 5. by 5 we are getting 49. And 49 it comes in the table of 7. 7 7 ja 49. Now 7 comes because 7 is a prime number, so it comes only the table of 7 and 1 itself. So 7 7 ja 1. It means how can we write this? We will write that 1225 is equal to 5 multiply by 5, 7 multiply by 7. Now by the definition what we have seen that the square root of the given number is a number which when multiplied by itself for 2 times. If it is multiplying 2 times, so from the 2 times we have to take the number only a single time to find out the square root. So the square root of 1225 is equals to 35. Square root of 1225 is equals to 35. The numbers will be in pair, and from a pair we have to take a single one to find out the square root. So in this way we can find out the square root of any number with the help of prime factorization method. So today we have seen to find out the square root by 2 methods. The first method is your repeated subtraction, and second method is your prime factorization. Repeated subtraction method is useful for only small numbers, but prime factorization it is usable for any type of number. Only to keep in mind that we have to use only prime factors while dividing the numbers, and from the pair we have to take 1 to find out the square root of the number.